Welcome to a fascinating case study in how scheme and play calling can completely transform a player's effectiveness on the field. Today, we're diving into the curious case of Quentin Johnston and the Los Angeles Chargers offense under Greg Roman. What makes Johnston's situation so intriguing is the stark contrast in his performance based purely on how he's used. When deployed correctly, he flashes Pro Bowl potential that justified his first-round selection. But force him into the wrong role and he can look completely out of place at the NFL level. It's a remarkable example of how crucial proper scheme fit is in modern football. Let's start with Week 1 against the Kansas City Chiefs, where Roman seemed to crack the code. By emphasizing Johnston's natural strengths, his acceleration, stride length, and ability to separate in space, the Chargers unlocked an explosive playmaker. Quick-hitting routes like slants and hitches allowed QJ to get the ball in his hands quick and tap into his greatest strength, his playmaking ability after the catch. Play-action passes that got him moving laterally created mismatches in space. The result was an impressive stat line that showed what Johnston can be when properly utilized. However, even in that strong performance, we saw glimpses of his limitations. Contested catches, especially in the end zone, remained a challenge. Deep routes requiring physical play at the catch point exposed the same weaknesses that plagued him in college. These weren't failures of talent or effort, they were simply asks that didn't align with Johnston's skill set. Week 2 against Las Vegas initially seemed like a step backwards, with early play calls trying to force Johnston into a Mike Williams-style role he's not built for. Back shoulder fades and contested catches led to predictably poor results. The contrast became especially apparent when rookie Tre Harris showed how those exact same concepts should look with a receiver better suited to that style of play. But credit to Roman and the Chargers staff as they adjusted mid-game. By returning to quick-hitting routes, design touches, and creative concepts that maximize Johnston's movement skills, they got their young receiver back on track. An especially clever route combination that had him crossing before breaking deep on a flag route showed Johnston can be a deep threat when he's moving laterally with plenty of open grass in front of him. The lesson here is clear. Quentin Johnston isn't a traditional X-receiver who will consistently win contested catches and box out defenders. But he doesn't need to be. When used properly, getting him in space, on the move, and with the ball in his hands quickly, he can be a dynamic weapon in the NFL. The difference between Pro Bowl potential and replacement level production isn't about Johnston changing his game. It's about his coordinator understanding exactly and capitalizing on what QJ's game actually is.